Hello and welcome back. Today we continue our discussion on factoring by talking about trinomials, which are in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So let's get started. The first thing you will notice when you see these trinomials is that there is a coefficient on the first term. Here in our trinomial we have the coefficient of 2, and that will be your a when they're talking about ax squared. And c, of course, is going to be your last term. So in order to do these, you put your parentheses down, and what you're supposed to do is just keep plugging in these different terms to try to see if you can FOIL them to get the original trinomial. And that was easy before when we didn't have a coefficient on the first term. But now you have to keep trying and plugging the terms in different spaces and to see if it multiplies out. And I don't like uncertainty, and I don't like guessing and playing a guessing game. I like when things are certain and very definite and very structured. So I do these by using a factoring by grouping. And this is what I do. I take the coefficient of the first term, I take the last term and multiply them together. And you'll see here I did 2 times 15. And I do sometimes have bad handwriting here. That wasn't a 2x, it was a 2 times 15 equals 30. Okay, so what we do when we get that answer is we say, are there any factors of that product, 30, which can equal the middle term 7? And since we have a minus sign in front of our last term, we're going to be looking for two products which you can subtract one from the other. You're going to look for the difference between them. Okay, and this will be easy when we finish this and FOIL it. You'll see why it's easier to do, just to take care of the negative. So 10 and 3 are our factors, and it would be 10 minus a 3 that would give us a 7. So let's see what we do with that. Right here, where my cursor is, we write the whole thing out again, and we put those factors in the middle instead of the 7. And we end up with a 2x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 15. Okay. And I rewrote this again because I wanted to show you guys it's the same thing right here. This is the same thing, but I just put these brackets underneath it to show you how we're going to factor this by grouping. We're going to take the first two and factor those, and take the second two and factor those. And if you want to know why, you can just look at them, and 2 and 10, you instantly think of 5, okay? 3 and 15, once again 5, because you kind of see a pattern. There are times when you might have to rearrange these before you factor, but right here, and normally they will end up being in the right place. Okay, so we're going to take a 2x out, and then we're going to write a multiplication problem showing how that 2x can be distributed into x to get 2x squared, and into 5 to get 10x, which is what we had up here. Moving on to the next one, we are going to take out a negative 3. Sorry about that. We're going to take out a negative 3. And then we are going to put our x plus 5 inside of the parentheses, showing how that negative 3 that we took out can be distributed into there. We get a negative 3x from that, and we get a negative 15, which is what we had up here. Okay? So, we're almost done. We're very close. Do you notice anything that both of these have in common? Yes, I noticed that they both have an x plus 5 in common. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take out the x plus 5 as a common factor and just get rid of it right here and multiply x plus 5 times 2x minus 3 and we're done. And after you do this 3 times, you'll realize it's a lot faster than plugging in different numbers into binomials and then foiling them in hopes of getting the right combination in the right order. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these. Twelve x squared plus 7x plus 1. Okay, so what did we say we were going to do first? We're going to multiply the first and the last. So that would be the coefficient of the first term and the whole number that is the last term. And we get 12 times 1 equals 12. Okay, so we need factors of 12 that are going to be added. We have a plus sign right in front of our last term, so we're just looking for factors that we can add this time that will equal 7. And I am thinking of 3 times 4. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to rewrite the original problem. We're going to put 3x and 4x where we used to have 7x. Okay. 12x squared plus, and I'm going to put the 4 right here. You'll notice that it really does matter where you put it because you're going to, after you do this thing, you're going to be doing factoring by grouping. But if you put them in the wrong place, when you start doing your factoring, you'll be like, oh, let me move that around so that it factors better. Okay, so we're going to put the 4 right here next to the 12. You can see how that's going to work out. Plus 3x plus 1. Okay, so you'll see that you can take the 4 out right here. Well, first of all, let me put these. This is what we've grouped, and this is what we've grouped. You can take the 4x actually, and how do you get 12x squared? A 3x. 4x times 3x would be 12x squared. And then how do you get a 4? You have a 4x that you factored out. How would you get a 4x for the second term? A 1. So that would be 3x plus 1. And when you do this second set over here, you should get also the binomial should be 3x plus 1. That's the whole point. They're going to have the same binomial that they're multiplied by, and that's why you can just use that binomial as, I guess, the greatest common factor of the whole thing. So what are we going to do here? 1. Because you need a 3x plus 1 in the binomial, so we'll put a 1 on the outside. 1 multiplied by 3x and a positive 1. Okay. So there we have it. We have the same thing. And all we're going to do right now is going to do that. 3x plus 1. They're both being multiplied by the same thing, so you can just write it once. And that's it. And when you FOIL this out, you will get the original trinomial that you had. Let's go ahead and try it. 3x times 4x is 12x squared. Plus 3x plus 4x plus 1, which equals 12x squared plus 7x plus 1, which was our original problem. So this binomial right here is the correct answer. Okay, that's all we're going to do of these. There is one more factoring by grouping video that I want to make because the trinomials are a little bit different than what we saw today. So practice these, do your homework because it's fun. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.